Good morning. Welcome to a very stormy forecast discussion for December 9th, 2014. We have a major nor'easter on the way. It's already slamming into the New Jersey coast with winds of 10 to 20 miles per hour, increasing to 15 to 20 miles per hour, eventually 20 to 30 miles per hour by this evening. From the north and northeast, heavy rain has pushed into the coast, and freezing rain has pushed into the interior, making for some very icy roadways over portions of central and northern Connecticut, the Hudson River Valley, northwestern New Jersey, and northeastern Pennsylvania. The good news is that the warm air is starting to win out, and eventually that warm air will invade all of the northern Mid-Atlantic before the cold air comes right back in with more snow, more sleet, and more trouble for tomorrow and into Thursday morning. So a very complicated storm is certainly in place. Now here's our coastal storm starting to get organized. Low pressure systems consolidating off the North Carolina coast. Here comes the polar disturbance. These two will phase and interact and basically allow this low pressure system to rapidly intensify off the New Jersey coast and produce very heavy rainfall and strong winds and snowfall over the interior. Now on the radar, you can clearly see, if it comes up, here we go, some intense rainfall over portions of the New Jersey coast. And that intense rainfall is also pushing into the interior, where it's falling, unfortunately, as sleet and freezing rain, making for some very dangerous driving conditions for this afternoon, for this morning. Use extreme caution when driving in northeastern Pennsylvania, northwestern New Jersey, and also in the Hudson River Valley and also in Connecticut. The good news again is that the warm air is winning the fight. It's invading the coastal plain and will push into the interior, changing this freezing rain into rain. Unfortunately, for portions of northeastern Pennsylvania, that rain will not last long. It will go right back over to the snow, and it will be a heavy snowfall at that. Now, this rainfall is pretty impressive. We're talking about rainfall rates of a half an inch per hour in some locations, and this is just the start. We still have all day today, tonight, tomorrow morning, and then this changing over to snow tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, through Thursday morning. That is what you call a long duration event. So when we take a look at the latest water vapor satellite picture, you can see that strong disturbance. This is the polar disturbance diving down towards the coast. It's going to close off into an upper level low, pull our storm right towards the coast, and basically have it sit right over New York City for about 24 hours. Meanwhile, we have more disturbances. This is a very stormy weather pattern with a very active subtropical jet stream bringing very much needed rainfall to California. This subtropical jet stream has got to be watched. And I'll show you why in just a moment when we take a look at the model guidance. Again, here's our infrared satellite picture. I apologize, the National Weather Service messed up these symbols. These should be low pressure systems, and you can see we have a trough of low pressure off the New Jersey coast, and you can see the intense lifting already starting to develop. Look at the cloud tops just becoming colder and colder, rising higher in the atmosphere. This is a strong indication that we're going to start to see some rapid intensification with our surface low pressure system and even more heavy rainfall invading the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. So let's take a look at the model guides using the European model guides from the Penn State UL website. Again, for today, our low pressure system starts to intensify. Heavy rain along the coast. Rain snow mix over the interior, changing over to snow. Looking for temperatures in the lower to mid 40s along the coast, mid to upper 30s over the interior. For tonight, that low pressure system basically sits right over New York City. Temperatures will fall into the lower to mid 30s over the interior and mid 30s along the coast. And this is where things start to get a little dicey here, because we'll have our heaviest precipitation through this afternoon. So I'm not expecting heavy snow along the coast in any way, shape, or form. But as this cold air comes in, watch out for those snow showers for tomorrow morning on through Thursday morning. They could surprise you with a significant reduction in visibility and some very slick roadways along the coast. Not widespread, but they're going to be pretty, they're going to pack quite a punch. I'll put it that way. So temperatures tomorrow, and I'm staying below the GFS Moss guides here, basically will range from the mid 30s over the interior and mid to upper 30s in the morning for highs along the coast, falling into the mid 30s as that cold air works in. The low pressure system barely moves to the north into portions of New England by the time we get to Thursday. Not much of a change here. We're going to be dealing with scattered snow showers throughout the day, with temperatures in the mid to upper 20s for lows over the interior and along the coast. High temperatures in the mid to upper 30s along the coast, mid 30s over the interior. I would not be surprised if we actually remain colder than that along the coast if you get enough of these snow showers rotating through. We finally dry out for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. However, we're going to have a northwesterly flow or northerly flow around this upper level low and at the surface. So I'm not really buying into the idea of a warm up for this upcoming weekend. What I'd like to see is temperatures basically in the mid to upper 20s along the coast, mid 20s over the interior for lows, high temperatures in the lower to mid 40s over the interior, mid 40s along the coast, possibly pushing like 48 degrees. I don't see 50s in the forecast in any way, shape, or form through this weekend and into Monday. And then we're going to have to watch these look at this. Look at 500 millibars. One after the other. And this one has my attention because if this disturbance interacts with this polar disturbance just right, let me show you a couple days out here. Look what we have setting up here. This could be an issue here. We have to really watch this upper level low and see how it interacts with the 500 millibar pattern, because you're going to have this storm sitting out here. You have cold air in place. This pattern is getting more and more interesting by the day. So just a heads up here, things are starting to get pretty interesting with our 500 millibar pattern as we move forward. That's your forecast discussion for today. Oh, one thing I just want to go over the impact analysis real fast. Again, very heavy rainfall along the coast, flash flooding, coastal flooding is a threat, wind gusts over 60 miles per hour, looking at 2 to 3.5 inches of rain, and then going over to snow, still have a trace to 2 inches. My concern isn't so much the accumulation, it's the surprise of the reduction in visibility for tomorrow on through Thursday morning and those slick roadways. Okay, so use some caution there when driving. A little bit further inland, basically the northern suburbs of New York City and Philadelphia. Looking at rain, going back over to the sleet and freezing rain. We got a half an inch to an inch of rain, 1 to 3 inches of snow. Flash flooding is a concern, primary concern. So you head up towards Poughkeepsie and Allentown, looking at 3 to 6 inches of snow. Most likely you're going to be in that 3-inch range, but because of those showers, a little bit more concerned about accumulation in these areas, so I have it up to 6 inches. Most locations around 3 inches though. And as you head back towards Hazleton, up towards Kingston and New York, looking at 6 to 12 inches of snow. Snowpacked roadways and poor visibility can be expected. And as you head up towards Scranton and Wilkes-Barre and up towards the Mohawk River Valley, looking at 10 to 14 inches of snow with snow-packed roadways, poor visibility, and just an ugly period of weather on the way. Well, that is your forecast discussion for today. Of course, I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino. I will continue to follow this storm on Twitter, and also for you premium members, drop in on the premium discussion, premium live coverage, which you could go right here for. And let me just click on that real fast for you. That way you know what it looks like. You go to the live coverage, it loads, and it sets up right down here. It's starting to load right here. And here we are. And basically what you could do if you're a premium member is you could log right in. If you have your questions like what's it going to do in my backyard, for example, or why is the storm doing X, Y, and Z, this is where you can ask it, and this is where you're going to get the questions, and this is why you become a premium member. Have a wonderful day, and as always, stay safe out there.